Zaga who have joined me, and they are sitting from the other sides of the flanks. And this is whistle time that comes on your way from Mondays to Saturdays from the hour of 2 p.m. up to the hour of 3 p.m. That means the duration of the show is only 1 hour, and within the 1 hour we give you a lot. And before we give you the highlights of what we are going to give you in details, let me first answer them into the discussion. Let me start with Susie. Susie, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Benson. Good afternoon, viewer. I should say most welcome wherever you're catching us from, whichever channel you're following us from, be it social media handles and all that. I should say thank you so much for always keeping it put. And the entire team that is making sure that this gets to happen. I salute to you and big ups. A lot of stuff happened from last night, from Startimes Uganda Premier League to the international nights where Man U decides to finish last on their table. Of course, a topic of discussion of its own that will come later on.
Yeah, on the other side, I have got Owen Ezaga. Owen, this is the festive season. I don't know how it is driving you. I hope it's going on well, and you are most welcome.
Yeah, a very great one. I want to say, viewer, thank you for watching all the time, following the show, or wherever you're catching the show from. For those who are watching from the satellite or the Zuku decoders, I want to thank you so much for keeping it always right there. But it's a festive season, just like said, a lot of things. We always see a lot of accidents. We see a lot of things that happen that are right there. Of course, you see it's like the fight between the devil and the Almighty. So a lot of fights that come in here spiritually and a lot of things. But all in all, we're getting to that is the Christmas, which is one of the biggest in this month, and of course the Jan that is coming with the 1st January celebrations that keep coming, because thanking God for taking me into the next year. So yeah, it's one of the biggest. But all in all, I want to say it's a pleasure being in the show yet again. From yesterday to today, we still have a lot way to discuss also in the show.
By 3-0. It was a massive win for them, and also a busy season for Victoria Pearls. Normal, when we talk about the Victoria Pearls, you know that we're actually talking about the female cricket team of Uganda and also the cricket cranes. They are all for their different encounters. For Victoria Pearls, they're actually for the World Cup, which is World Cup qualifiers that will be taking place in Bangladesh come next year. Meanwhile, for the cricket cranes, they are actual for African Championship title that is taking place in South Africa. And let's start with what transpired yesterday and today, what will be transpiring in StarTimes Uganda Premier League. Yesterday night was a good one for the team of Kasasiro Boys as they went to beat the team of Soltino Bright Stars by 3-0. Now the question is, let me start with Susie. Are they going to keep that consistency? Because KCA today they are winning, tomorrow you will see them picking a draw. The other match you will see them coming back to winning ways. Another game will come, you will see them picking a defeat. The win they grabbed yesterday, are they going to keep that consistency in the upcoming games?
KCA, actually, if you look at KCA has not been consistent in winning in the games. If you look at, if you follow in most of the games where they started winning against Vipers and the other team, I think that was the first win they collected in the season. Since the season started, the rest of the games they have been beaten, and then before they won Vipers, they picked, they shared spoils with there is a Royal Hill Soccer Club down at Paridi. They were the visiting side. So this time around, I would say KCA winning in the game yesterday shouldn't ignite in excitement into anyone. Probably we could be seeing them in their next game losing all the 3 points to the opponent that they will be playing. But you also know that keeping inconsistent in, of course, league games affects first of all your results. It affects your position on the table a lot, by the way, because now if you look at the table standings within StarTimes Uganda Premier League, you'll actually see that the table is taking shape. The table is taking shape, and I would say this could be the time that KCA would actually be stealing themselves, running away from the red zone. But here they are. Today they are winning, like you had said. Tomorrow they're losing out, and then another day they're winning. Another day they're drawing, and all that. They are actually not consistent. I don't know whatever the problem is within KCCA. We should. The other time when they won, we thought. I thought maybe probably. That was their word go. They would actually start winning from that time in between, but then somehow they didn't win, and we saw them win yesterday. So that inconsistency will continue affecting in their position in the table. But for now, since they have started winning, at least they are winning. They draw and all that. I would say it would be actually the right time to close the half of the season in a better position out of the red zone.
Osama Arafat, Loki, and Muhammad Saban actually were the goal scorers for the team of Kasasiro boys. And the weight they grabbed yesterday night moved them out of the relegation zone. Currently, they are now at number 13th with 10 points. Owen, should we say that their season has started because they have moved out of relegation?
I did say some teams in Uganda, you wouldn't really say so much about them. One of them is KCCA. It's going to be a couple of years now, over a decade, that maybe KCCA has not been relegated ever since they joined the Star Times or the league game over Uganda. And I want to repeat myself again that KCCA is not here to go and get relegated. In every other way, you will not see KCCA get relegated. In any other way, you won't see Sports Club Villa relegated. In any other way, the Mukwano Gwabanji, I'm talking about Express, is another team that you would see that always, whether how outformed they are, how bad they are, they will still keep the consistency. Not because of anything, because they have mastered the league for quite a long time, and they know their riches. Certain times there are certain teams that it's a must. We need to pick those wins in there, and this is what we need to get into. So it's one of the biggest things that I want to say. But it was a good one, winning KCCA, winning that game. They deserved it because I was saying yesterday here that this is going to be a watermouth game that is going to be coming through. And this game really saw excitement from different entities. This game, so of course, it gives motivation to the players. It gives a zeal to them. It gives them the energy to say that, yeah, we need to. So, with that, KCCA's next game should be against Sports Club Villa. Yes, that's the next game. And Villa is going to be at home at Wankulukuku, a game that is not going to be an easy fixture. So winning this has given them the advantage. We know Villa are giants. They love killing giants. That's what they are meant for. And this game is going to be, yesterday's game against Bright Stars gave them an upper hand of saying that, okay, now we're going with heads up to go and get this win at Villa. KCCA, that is, and of course the new coach is still trying to assemble his players and see what exactly he needs to get out of the players. If you have played and you've lost twice or once and you've gotten a win, that shows you that there's some development coming in there. You've learned from the previous errors. So for me, I feel KCCA is not yet too late to make that move, because they are looking forward to see that they really need to push the club to the standard where they are. KCCA can finish mid-table. KCCA can even finish in the top 4 come this very season, because first round is getting done. First round, you still have second round. Now, where does KCCA lie on the table is one thing. And if KCCA lies there, Ugandan football is a little bit funny. The gap difference between you and the numbers that you're supposed to go are not very far. They're always very minimal. So you winning 2 or 3 thrice would give you a push to another level. Getting 3 points or 6 points is another one for them. So as KCCA Football Club, for my belief, that is not going to be an easy. They're not going to finish in relegation, but they have the upper hand to finish in the league in a position. They're not table content. They're not going to compete for the cup. That is what I can say. But they can compete for, that is the slot of maintaining themselves into the league. So for those who thought KCCA would go for relegation, I don't see it coming. But again, their consistency will mean a lot to them. Winning games. Now, Villa is one thing. If they can win against Villa, it takes them away from the battle of relegation and pushing them away. Even right now, any relegation team winning a game here will push them away from relegation. So that's Ugandan football for you. But all in all, I want to say that the games are tight. And KCCA is doing what exactly they need to do by winning. And I believe in them. I believe in the players. I believe in the coach. He will have to push the team away from that danger zone. But Via Trophy, they are not winning. But keeping themselves into the league, KCCA is available.
Discussing some of the individual brilliance and the performances, speaking about Muhammad Shaban Jagason, he's one of the top scorers for the club, not only for the club, and also you talk about the entire league. Each and every time you see a goal as a ball going into the back of the net, in most cases you see Muhammad Shaban Jagason always registering his name among the goals that of course KCA goes on to score into the back of the net. Does it mean he has become a masterpiece of the club?
Trust me, Muhammad Shaban, the last time KCA scored in a bit in a side, I think it was by 5 goals, something like that. Muhammad Shaban scored a brace in there, and he was substituted. I was expecting a hat-trick from Muhammad Shaban if he wasn't substituted around that time. So if you look at his previous games, he has been in. He went in for I think he went in for 6 games, and he was able to register around 3 goals in 6 games. So that literally shows you that if we are expecting a number of lists that will finish up in the top scorers zone, we should be expecting Muhammad Shaban featuring in, and Loki as well, his opponent, that they will be basically they would be competing with Loki in seeing that their names will be appearing in there is the top scorer list at the end of the season. I think Muhammad Shaban has, like you said, I should accept that he has mastered the piece of football, and basically we saw that as the season started, it wasn't quite a very good one for him. Even last season, he didn't score in a lot of goals. There is a KCA, but they still maintained him, and I think they needed to take him. They needed to take him in a few drills here and there, and all that before they would probably showcase him out to be bringing in those goals. And he is one slippery guy that if you don't mark him very well, any goal that touches his leg is of course going at the back of the net. So basically at the end of the season, I think Muhammad Shaban will be featuring among the lists of the top scorers in there is a Star Times Uganda Premier League.
One player I spoke about ahead of this encounter was Nelson Sekatuka, who plays for the team of Soltino Bright Stars, one of the top scorers currently in the league. But yesterday they were beaten 3-0, who could not even score a mere consolation goal. What could have been the problem? Was it because the defense line was tight for him?
You can't only be relying on one player. What if the form is not there? Form is always one thing. Class can be permanent, but the form will always drop and make sure that you get in there. So the bad days in office, and you will not be expecting every day to score. As Sekatuka, you're going against a caliber of a club that is higher than even the Bright Stars Soltino itself. So for me, I believe it wasn't anything done wrong, but it was that the KCCA came in this game knowing what exactly they needed, and they know what exactly they want. So it was not by coincidence that Nelson Sekatuka could not score. Yeah, he didn't score because, of course, the KCCA mastered what exactly they were told to them by Abdallah Mobiru, and of course see what exactly they needed to push in there. So for me, it's not that maybe Sekatuka was over. Maybe he was not into the game because of this. Yes, but a game that has high intensity, a game that has something to achieve for, nobody will always love you to go past him, and that is exactly what went on at KCCA and Bright Stars. So for me, I believe it was just KCCA's day, and they went with the right strategy to stop with dangerous weapons, because as a coach, players, you always know who could be a threat in this team and who probably could be. That analysis is done early, and you play according to what the coach instructs you to do. So KCCA played their game well and played their cards according to the coach's instruction.
Yeah, that wasn't the only game that was played yesterday in Star Times Uganda Premier League. Equal, we also had one game on the card. It was between Express and the team of Chitara. Still, the misery continues for the team of Express as they were aced by 1-0. Now, the win, the team of Chitara picked yesterday, moved them to third position with 22 points. That means they're only a point behind the Venoms. I'm talking about Vipers. There was a time, written in the middle of the season, we saw the hype vibe going down on the side of Chitara. Now they are climbing. Are they going to reclaim the top of the table?
Looking at the game between yesterday, Chitara and Express, you literally see that Express guys outplayed their hearts. And they came in for this game knowing that they really needed a win, because if you look at their position currently, they're doing badly off since they were suspended and then brought back into the league and all that. I think the suspension could quite have affected the players and traumatized them, I would say. I would also say that the players are failing to recover and get back into the playing modes, because if you watch Express players play, you'd be shocked at the kind of display that actually they put out there. And then with the mentality that they really need the win, you see them fighting hard, but there are those that don't fight. You even wonder what actually, if exactly they know what they're doing in the game, I mean in the pitch. So the whole thing, the suspension bit of it still is pressing Express, I would say. But like Owen had said, they're one side that can never be relegated. And even if, however bad their position will be towards the end of this first round, I would see them come back bigger and stronger in next round. Picking in or giving out the 3 points to there is Chitara meant a lot to them. It's going to affect them. It's going to affect their position and all that. But I think they will bounce back. This is, I think, the second defeat they are picking in a row from the previous game.
Yeah, of course, taking you through the summary of the games that have already taken place in match day 11. Here are the results. KCA, we have just been discussing, did beat the team of Soltino Bright Stars yesterday by 3-0, and Airtel Chitara went on to edge out Express by 1-0. And before that, Bull had to share the spoil with the team of NEC, which ended in a 1-all tie. UPDF also played the same score line 1-1 with the team of Mbara City. And URA, of course, earlier on Rene Riot over Arue Hill Sports Club, demolishing them by 4-1. And lastly, Wakiso Giants were 3-0 winners over the team of Busoga. Still, match day 11 of Star Times Uganda Premier League continues, and today we are having one big encounter between Maroons and Vipers. Matches we spoke lengthy yesterday about the game. Still, we'll be talking about the game. Vipers up against Maroons away to Luzira. What are we expecting in this tough game?
For today, I don't think I'm going to be talking about this game. That is one thing, because I already exhausted a lot about it yesterday. But all in all, it's a game that is going to be so useful to the both sides. One of them is to Viper Sports Club, if they want to bridge the gap between them and Bull Football Club. Now Chitara is following them so strictly and closely right there. So obviously, meaning winning that would mean that they have extended or narrowed down gaps between them and the top tier in there. If you look at the standing right now, you would see that Bull is the table topper of this very league. And after playing 11 games over there, the games with 26 points, so Vipers playing today, winning their game would mean that they go to 26 points, and the goal difference is what will separate. And there, obviously, Vipers, if they score 1-0, they will go 20. They will go to 11 goals, which will take them ahead of that is Bull Football Club and become number one. If they go 2 goals, they will be 2 goals ahead of Bull Football Club, because they are level in the goals. They are level. It's just that here currently Bull wins them in what is called the point of 3. So it is very promising if Vipers win this game for that. And I just say, remember how Vipers started on a bad note, and of course had to push. We used to see NEC, we used to see Chitara, who assumed the table by then. But just that's when I say that the table will come to a shape after 10 games, and indeed now we are getting to the 10th game. Others have played the 11th game, and that is where you're seeing differences here and there. Maybe by the time January clocks, you will see how exactly some teams will know whether they will finish in top 4 or they won't finish. That's how exactly things go. So I believe in an exciting game today at Maroons' home. Maroons has also been a disaster to most of the Giants, knowing that, of course, getting wins also against Giants is one of the biggest. So Maroons also count themselves as the Giants. So we shall be waiting to see how the forces will be doing, but I think it is really much needed for that is Viper Sports Club to bridge up the game, the gap, and also to lead the table. But again, Maroons is needed to make sure that they finish the top 4. That's the fight in right there. So I believe a tight contest and a good game to watch.
Yeah, match day 11 is concluding today. Susie, summarize and highlight with the game between Sports Club Villa and the team. Sports Club Villa, actually, they are taking on the team of Gaddafi. Recently, we saw Gaddafi winning over the team of UPDF. Meanwhile, for the team of Sports Club Villa, they won against Express. Both teams, they won their previous games. Which side do you think will take it, or else you will see them sharing the points?
Gaddafi Villa, before I look into that, I think yesterday we looked at Maroons game and we literally said Maroons, it's very hard beating them home. And they are sitting today at 0. We discussed this yesterday and I just want to put a reminder to those that probably didn't catch us yesterday. I don't see Maroons equally giving out the bragging rights to the opponent that they will be playing. And Gaddafi, Villa, Villa won recently, and there was a lot of fatigue. I always talk to, there is 2-3 players of theirs, one being the goalkeeper, that is Westnell, talking about Nkufindru Norman, formerly a Calvary, and then in the program before he crashed to, there is Villa. They are prepared. I talked to him this morning. They're quite prepared for this game, and they say they're looking at to win. We saw them beat Express, and I would say they're not badly off. There is Villa, so I would be expecting also another win for them, but not with a lot of goals. Because if you look at the squad of Villa, you'd see that Villa, by the way, struggles to get goals. They don't have a creative striker. They don't have in front there in the forwards someone who can actually get in. Who can get in quick goals like the Kessie has the likes of Loki and Shaban and all that. I don't see those kind of players in the squad of Villa. So it's always a little bit hard for Villa to get goals. And I would say for Villa, it's luck. Probably it is luck that always helps them winning those games. Otherwise, when it comes to creative strikers, when it comes to quick strikers, I don't see that in the squad of Villa. But then, trust me, today I would also be giving out the bragging rights to Villa.
Yeah. The basic theme behind StarTimes Uganda Premier League today is all about can Vipers win to see that they go top of the table, and at the same time the team of KCA see that they keep their consistency as they used to do in the previous seasons. Now we are taking our trip. Remember, we are still circulating within the country and we are still discussing StarTimes Uganda Premier League. This time we are going to discuss various personalities. It's all about the nominees for the month of Listener Award for the month of November, and the coaches we have got Stajanovic, the head coach of the team of Sports Club Villa. We have got Albert Komeko, the second time is appearing consecutively, not forgetting about Leonardo Neva, the head coach of the team of Vipers. You look at how these three managers have been performing for their clubs. Stajanovic actually has been performing brilliantly. You talk about Bull. Bull has also been performing very well. Matches depict a defeat in the middle of the month. Not forgetting about the team of Vipers, their head coach Neva. He has also been performing very well. So these are the nominees at the end who will win it. Remember, out of the three, they will only select one. Pick the best. Out of these, let me start with Owen. Whom will you go for?
Right now, you'd see what exactly is happening in the different clubs, and I still believe, to me, the Vipers coach is the best. Why is because where he brought the team from, how he started the game, and of course, if you look at the month of November, is there any game that they have won they have lost just merely? You would see that the games that they have won, just like how Eric Ten Hag won the best coach over the month of November, and someone was like, how? Because they didn't lose in November. You did see Maguire becoming the best player. How? Those are the things. So I believe the Vipers coach has really done a tremendous job making sure that the club makes where exactly they need to be, and that's one big thing that I want to say. I would be sending my moment to, but of course other coaches, yes, Jim Komekos have been very good, but yes, how exactly are they pushing it there? So that's one thing, but all in all, for me, if I would be there, basing on the statistics of what is happening right now, I would give it to the coach himself of a Viper Sports Club.
Susie, are you going still for him, or else you have got your Abeti Komeko, maybe Stojanovic?
Vipers, I would say Vipers, yes, but then Vipers, it was just handed over to him when it was doing very well because they were the champions, winning Uganda Cup and Premier League last season. To me, I would go in for Abeti Komeko because when I look at how Bull finished last season, they were very traumatized there and then all that. They had issues with the coaches being on and off and all that. If you look at the position they finished in last season, it wasn't quite a very good one. They had high hopes of retaining a championship of Uganda Cup. Remember, the other season they were the champions, and they didn't actually retain that. They lost out the championship of Uganda Cup to there is Vipers and all that. Under the former coach Alexis Saria, who in turn left also Vipers. So to me, I would go in for Abeti Komeko because if you look at where he picked Bull from, I would really say that is a lot of hard work.
To me, all these coaches, they have contributed a lot, but who has the best statistics will take it all. But still, I will go for Neva, Kozi. Vipers, before November, they were down, now they are climbing up. But for Abeti Komeko, in case Vipers wins tonight's game, that means Bull will be dropping. And over the month of November, we also saw the unbeaten record of Bull FC coming to an end.
I want to say, if you look at Vipers, when even though in the CAF Champions League, and you saw how terrible, everyone thought that the axe is coming close to the neck of that is Neva, and everyone was like, even me myself, I wasn't believing. But it took him a single day to sit down and arrange the team and put it in order. And if you look at November, tell me which game they have lost. And okay, if they have lost, how many games have they lost in November? And pushing it there. If not, maybe the Maroons saga. But all in all, so you would see that it is a transition that has come so good, and he has ever since that time he has not lost any game, making sure that yes, this is what we need to push in there, whether away or whether home. So it shows me that his stability is one thing that would be coming. He's battling already for the top. We saw where Vipers came from that side, and which has kept now KCC totally down up to now. So for me, I believe it is that's the reason why I'm saying that. But of course, it will depend on now what exactly the award people will be getting in there after being nominated. Just a mere nomination yet, and the coaches have to go statistically and see what exactly happens in there. So we shall be waiting for that place now, and who will be that is the champion.
Yeah, we are heading to the category of the players. We have got Ronald Seki Gandhi, a player from the team of Sports Club Villa, Nelson Sekatuka, who plays for the team of Soltino Bright Stars, not forgetting about Alex Chitata. Second time is also appearing consecutively, and you look at how they have been performing. I don't know which players Susie will be going for.
For Sekatuka, it has been inconsistent. Oh, and say that you don't, as a club, you don't rely on one player. What if otherwise the form is not there? What if the player is injured? We saw them yesterday failing to pick a win. Sekatuka matches, he has been running right with goals, scoring them even from whichever angle the ball is passed into them. As long as he faces towards the net, he literally gets the ball behind the net. But he has been inconsistent. I would say this time around, Chitata appearing in for the second time could take it for me.
Yeah, Susie. Not Susie, rather Owen.
Yeah, you would see one of the biggest thing that keeps coming right there. Chitata, I think, is the only guy right now, a very big savior into that team of Bull Football Club. Alex Chitata is one guy who has kept Bull where they are right now. He scores goals and makes sure that this is the time. Even if Bull is almost losing, at least a one that he gets in there. Even though Bull loses, at least he will write his name. In the month of November, he was so consistent, and that's the reason why, of course, Bull Football Club is on top right there. If you look at his goal tallies, Bull has scored around, I think, 10 goals to right now. But if you look at how exactly he has contributed, I should say 90% his goals are right there. So it gives me an upper hand that, yes, this is the man. Nelson Sekatuka, yes, he has been there. I think he's just trying to regain his form of those days, 2016, 2018. You would see Nelson Sekatuka, the name that was a very big one. You saw him rotate, move here and there, and I think went back just like how Shaban came back to Luparaka Football Club to gain back his form. So that's the form he's trying to gain back as Nelson Sekatuka. But for Chitata, he was signing that came into the team and proving himself, proving the coaches that this is what you go to me for, and this is what we need to be pushing. And of course, chance that is given shouldn't be wasted. That's one thing I would say. I believe Chitata would be the man to win this for this November, if I was to award, because he has done a lot for that is Bull Football Club. We shall be waiting to see the final statistics and how exactly this would be coming in there. But he has driven Bull really from a wrong way to a victory way, probably, or to the top. To that is the summit, and you see them leading in there. So I believe Chitata is going to be the player of the season, unless otherwise.
Yeah, we are concluding.
November, in fact.
We are concluding the